Welcome back to the Metal Lounge. Tonight we're joined by Jake.
Hello.
We're going to be reviewing The Sky, the Earth and All in Between by Architects, doing a track by track review, what we liked, what we didn't like, and much more. Stay tuned for today's episode of the Metal Lounge. New Architects is out. I saw a post earlier.
Yeah.
You know how Architects always do this because week one sales are so important. They always push the album so heavily. I'm all here for it. Like I wanted to see them in
This
Brighton.
one seems very heavily pushed.
No, the last one was like heavily
Was
pushed.
it?
No, not last one. 2 albums ago was heavily pushed.
Right.
They had their tickets on Dice and you had to buy the album in order to buy a gig ticket, which is a really clever way to like boost the album sales. But yeah, so it came in today or yesterday that they got a number 2 in the UK charts.
Cool.
So it's done bloody well. Well done,
Love to see
Architects.
that, yeah.
Only beaten by fucking like mega star Sabrina Carpenter.
That's a good place to be beat.
It's a very good place to beat. And the only reason they beat her, she beat them, was because that album has just done like incredibly well. It's the only album in 70 years to have 28 weeks in the charts or something like that. And Architects actually came out and they didn't name Sabrina Carpenter of course, but they were like, there's some like dodgy shit that's been going on with like techniques of boosting that album. She is a fucking island. There's no competing, it's different leagues, but to get a number 2 still really impressive. I get that they'll probably be a little bit disappointed. I just want to say congratulations, because that is an impressive. Absolutely. And there's a bit of a pride for us being from Brighton.
There's a massive pride. There's so many bands nowadays that are doing it, bringing metal and modern metal into the mainstream spotlight. It's fucking exciting.
And Architects now have become a bit of a gateway band. They're bringing more people to metal. You don't start on your bloody like Infinite Annihilators and like Alpha Wolf or whatever heavy bands. In order to fill those spaces, you need people to come in through the filtering system of your gateway bands into your sort of heavier bands. More eyes on metal, the better. The more people are going to be listening to your band or your mates' bands, or just get involved in the scene, you know. And you need bands like Architects, who are now a gateway band, which is weird where they came from a mathcore band.
People might not think about it when they're playing their local shows as a metal band, but more people are going to go to your local shows because of bands like Architects bringing Horizon.
Yeah.
People won't think about it, but it trickles down so far.
It does, because people
makes everything better for the metal scene. Everything.
They're not able to see Architects every week.
No.
But they're able to go down to the local venue. They're able to support their mates' band. So yeah. I think that some people get it twisted and they'll hate on bigger bands for for selling out and for having more cleans and being successful. And it's like, oh, metal should be this thing that no one's heard of, and it's for me and my like mates. And it's like,
very immature, prehistoric take to have.
It is a prehistoric take, but it's also what you see on the internet, so you feel like that's real life. But when you talk to people and you're out and about, it's like that they're people that aren't doing anything for the scene. They're just at home spreading negativity and hate. It's like they're not people you want in the scene anyway.
Like the whole term selling out, you can only really use that word if a band is doing something they don't want to do because they're doing it for money. They're doing something they don't want to do for money. Sure, that's selling out. If they want to write a poppy song with a breakdown in it, is that selling out?
No, not at all.
Of course it's not.
And you can just tell when a band is being authentic. Love or hate the New Architects, but I think they love what they're doing. Like I've heard them in interviews and stuff, and they say like, you don't get where Architects have been if you're in it for the money. Like, you know, that they sleep on floors and couches. They've had to do this for like over a decade now to get to this point. Yep. And, you know, and even the members in Architects now, I know that they do question whether it was worth it. For money, no, it wouldn't be worth it. You have to do it for the love of it. You have to put blood, sweat and tears into that grind. Yep. It's a long road, and Architects deserve every credit in my opinion. But anyway, so the new album, what did you think of it?
I definitely have my thoughts. It's bringing metal into the mainstream, especially with the introduction of Jordan Fish. What he did with Bring Me Horizon, where he's got like...
Did you know he produced Doomsday?
I'm not surprised.
Really?
I'm not surprised.
You can hear it.
Yeah.
It's not fishy. It smells fishy.
That's going to have to be the new sort of comment on the videos. Really. Do you know what I mean? Like every new release.
Fishy about this. I understood why they went more with Jordan Fish because Doomsday, for all its controversy within the scene, it was one of their biggest songs. 100%. So you can see why they went back to him.
And I don't say that you can tell in a bad way. They've always had amazing songwriters and architects. Absolutely.
The best one died, but
I mean, yeah,
I'm joking. I love the new Architects.
But
I do think,
maybe some of the guys in the band themselves might agree with you there.
They probably do.
Maybe, you know. But with Jordan Fish, because when people think Jordan Fish, they might think like maybe more electronic.
I think Ammo.
Do you?
For some reason, I just think that album Ammo, I'm like...
Were you one of the people that held him responsible for them going softer?
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
Because I don't think it was him that did that. It was just that, like, Ollie and I think they just were just like, yeah, we want to do that. And he was just along for the ride.
I don't hold him accountable for it, but whether they'd be able to do it as well with him in the band, maybe they wouldn't have had the guts to go for it. Because they know, like, Fishy Face, he's good at production. We can make a pop album, can't we, Fish? He's like, yeah, we can totally do that.
I'm sure he was probably
if they still had Jonah Weinhofen in the band, like, would they have made a pop album? Like,
that would be so funny. They should bring him back. let's bring
Weinhofen. Let's bring him. Difficult person.
Yeah,
he's a great guitarist. Though.
Yeah,
I love that.
Kill the Prom Queen.
I Kill the Prom Queen.
Classic metalcore, baby.
Could have mentioned that in the last episode.
Should have. Iconic. Yeah, that'd be well interesting if they brought him back for like.
They definitely wouldn't. Yeah. They fell out. Yeah, his like.
I didn't know.
Holier than thou, like veganism, and like he's a difficult person to be around. Apparently, from what I've heard.
I see.
But brilliant guitarist.
Yeah, but with Jordan Fish, he does come very hot with the pop structures.
You can't get enough of him.
He is experimental. Obviously, not in the sense that they're going that far with it.
There's no noise influences.
There's no noise influences, but there's a heavy Mick Gordon influence, though, which I am seeing on modern metal.
Yeah. I don't think it's tired yet, though. I will say that. I do think Architects have got in soon, but it's one of those fads that's guaranteed to be tired soon.
Yeah. Now that we've seen everything with the 2000s metalcore stuff, the gent stuff, gent's out the window. Come on, let's be real, guys. Can we please stop writing gent riffs? No more 12th fret messing about. Yeah, done with that. It's done.
Chapter's over.
Just get over it, all right?
Just go back to 2000s metalcore, then go to 2010s, then go to C metalcore, and then you're allowed to write a gent riff. But just do everything else first.
Exactly. See, even Architects know. They've stopped messing about with the Doomsday riff, so should you.
But the next cool thing. What about harmonics? Are they dead? I feel like they never really become dead. I feel like they're so overused, like the pinch harmonics.
What, pinch harmonics or natural harmonics?
Like natural harmonics and like harmonic scrapes and like...
Oh, the scrapes quite...
The
scrapes getting a bit... Okay, calm down now.
Is that why you didn't like the new Spirit Box album?
Oh,
So let's go through the new Architects album, track by track.
Yeah.
So I want to do a little track review of each track. So Elegy, the first track. I think it's a really good intro song.
Really good intro.
But it's still an intro song.
Like see, that na-na-na-na. That's just such a Jordan Fish move.
Smells fishy.
That smelled proper fishy. I don't know whether he's got a vocal coach or something, but he's gone all out with his clean singing there. Notice how when Jordan Fish came into New Horizon, that happened with Ollie as well.
Yeah, that did happen.
Do you reckon that's a fishy thing?
Yeah, I reckon that smells fishy. Maybe Jordan Fish is a vocal coach. Maybe that's how he earned his money.
Maybe that's why he is a secret weapon.
But that's maybe one of the... But it's a really satisfying riff, actually.
Mick Gordon.
It is pretty Mick Gordon. No. The first modern one. I love that vocal technique he does.
That's old, though.
No, it's not. It's fucking
I think
sick,
that's well old. Bro, I thought you met Telly. I'm probably the...
Yeah, but he's doing it better than that.
Bands have done that for so long. I think there is some stuff in this album that feels fresh to me. So, like, my favourite song...
Wait, we're going through it track by track, man.
Yeah, we are. Oh, shit.
What else do you have to say about this song?
It sets up the album nicely. It does the job.
It's a bloody good intro track.
I'm just not a fan of those choruses.
I found you at the murder scene. That's a good lyric.
Yeah. No, lyric's good.
It says the album title as well. Very iconic. Very scripted. I'll break every stone that you throw.
It's all right.
Oh, it's better than all right.
I don't know. It's all right.
I'll break every stone that you throw. That's deep, man.
Kind of.
It's like deep. Fake deep, but it's deep.
Exactly.
It comes from that expression of like stones won't break my bones,
don't throw stones,
but words
from
will never hurt me.
What?
Both said each quote wrong. Stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. The lyrics in general are more relatable because I did feel like Architects' older stuff were very political and very like on the nose. And
I think that's probably why I preferred it.
Yeah, it's like they made me feel bad for like
these colours don't run. Oh.
You had it all, you fucking pigs. See, that's iconic.
That is iconic. Proper British, though. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is British, yeah.
I don't know. It's even the way he says it. It's like, you had it all, you fucking pigs. It's just cool. It's so nice to proper British.
That was one of their first viral moments, really, as a band. I feel like those Architects would be mad at me for eating a McDonald's, whereas this Architects would be like, yeah, fucking eat your McDonald's.
They got vegan options now. It's all right.
So next we got Whiplash. I didn't like this song when I first heard it.
I just switched off, to be honest.
But it's a good grower. I think the best thing about this song is the chorus. Will the world stop fucking around? Yeah.
I mean, the fact that I remembered that is obviously they're obviously doing something right. For years, I've heard mainstream metal bands and mainstream metalcore bands do these big open choruses. I know why these bands do it. It's a stadium worthy thing to do, right? It's like, right, I get it. It's arena vibe. But I think what I would like to hear more of is doing some more rhythmically based choruses. So when you go back to like the new metal days,
here we go. Okay, boomer.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, sure. But I mean, you've got plenty of. I mean, you say that, but you got plenty of kids on TikTok fapping over Deftones and all of that, don't you?
True.
They're not even from our generation. They had really memorable rhythms and stuff.
Oh, yeah, but
in there, like. Everything you say to me, one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. Na 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 na. Da, 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 da. But the rhythms, I've heard bands do a lot of choruses like that, and
chorus fatigue.
One of the big things off the album that doesn't like really hit for me. I know exactly what to expect for every single song, but for me, it's not in a good way. During that genty metalcore phase that we had before modern metal. That was being done so much after like hundreds of metalcore bands.
The choruses that stick are the ones that are more like this chorus. They're sort of a bit more high pitched and they stay around one note. It's very 4/4 and it's got kind of just like simple chords, simple rhythms. Yep. And because there's been so many, they're all familiar, they're all catchy.
Yeah, I think to me, that kind of chorus, I'm like, I switch off.
That's why you got into metal, to get away from those choruses.
No. There was like the time when like Architects first doing this sort of stuff, and like
for me it was Bring Me, and that makes sense that Jordan Fisher's now working with Architects. For me it was that 2015 Bring Me album when they went more rock. That's a Spirit album.
I felt like some of those choruses off that album were more memorable though. Like they weren't just like, so what I'm specifically saying here is like, so you get to the chorus, it's just like ring out an open chord, half time the drums, more sustained notes with the vocals, specifically that. Whereas you had, what was that song that Bring Me did on that album? Sugar Honey. It was like Sugar Honey. That
was Ammo.
Ice and tea.
Yeah, that's a cool one. Yeah,
I love that. That's such a sick chorus. It's got a nice kind of like an Arctic Monkeys style. There's like a groove. There's like a kind of, I don't know. There's like,
je ne sais quoi.
I don't feel the energy.
This one, I don't think it's S tier by any means. No. I think it's maybe B tier.
Choruses.
It's a grower, to be honest, because I didn't like it at first. My favourite part of this song, though, is actually the build-up to the breakdown. I don't know if you remember it.
Yeah.
That's pretty new metal, actually. I think there's a few moments in this album. He has some really funny lines. This is one of my favourite lines. I love the fucking,
it's because they matched
rhythm.
the snare with his voice.
You motherfucker!
If they didn't do that, it wouldn't have the same effect.
So good.
Sure, yeah.
I'm gonna call it a pratfall. So it's kind of like when he makes his voice just do a weird prat.
What's that? What's a pratfall?
A pratfall is actually kind of the technique he was doing before when he's
I've
going.
never heard that word. Is that what a pratfall?
Just when he makes a weird sound with his voice, basically. It's an ad lib that's a bit more animated, and it's like someone sort of exclaiming. So next song, Blackhole. My second favourite song of the album. I think it goes fucking hard. It's creative. It's also got a world-class chorus. I think this is actually a world-class chorus.
I like that they've gone back to more of an older metalcore guitar style. They've moved away from generally being really djenty and stuff, haven't they?
Don't you think that's got a bit of aura?
But then take away the vocals and it's just the same open chord, half-time drums.
But the reason why the instruments are sort of more laid back is so the vocals have more room to breathe.
100% couldn't agree more. But there's just more than one way to do that. That's how I feel.
Fish doesn't feel that. It makes me feel nostalgic.
Maybe it's the nostalgia that's getting some people. So that's like a proper staple metalcore. Duggadun, duggadun. But I like they've gone back to that.
Oh, I love this chorus.
They do love a fucking one drop, mate.
How good is this solo?
It's weird to hear a solo from Architects, to be fair. It's very weird.
Do you know why I think I like this song so much? It's because of the video as well. The video is
very
mad. Engaging.
Yeah, it's
I don't
really
think
good
I'd
video.
be hyping the song up as much if I didn't enjoy the video so much.
Every song kind of has its own style, mood, which is very nice. Because
it's interesting, isn't it?
You don't get that a lot in metal.
I feel like one of the first times I heard that was Day to Remember of like the Homesick album. Like you had like the heavier songs, you had like the ballads, then you had the more straight-laced, easy core Day to Remember song, which was very fresh in itself. It just hit many different moods. Yeah, and I feel like Jordan Fish definitely is an advocate of that. Poppy's album is like that as well.
He obviously knows how to get a band on the radio. This is maybe one of the reasons why people are so excited about like this album and like Brimley's new album and all that sort of stuff. I remember when I was younger listening to maybe like some like new metal bands, let's say like Linkin Park, right? They did that. Minutes to Midnight and Meteora, right? They had different moods for each song. So many bands stopped doing that because they were like, oh, we're this thing. We're going to do this for like basically the entire album.
Yeah. I don't think Sam's voice has ever sounded this good as well.
No, it hasn't actually. I mean, like in terms of his singing, like his clean vocals.
I do think that actually there was a certain charm. I think it was Tom's writing when Sam was able to do his really high-pitched vocals, like in Lost Together, Lost Forever, and All Our Gods. Like I do like kind of miss
Fry stuff.
Yeah, I do miss that. But you know, we had 3 albums of that pretty much. Yeah. But anyway, this is the fishiest smelling song on the album.
Do you reckon?
But it's an earworm. It's a really good melody, pop banger.
That intro.
Very Linkin Park.
Oh, it's Linkin Park. It's Evanescence. It's like
Breaking the Habit.
Oh, but that intro, that piano melody is just instantly nostalgic.
It reminds me of Breaking the Habit. Do 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 do. But it's a bit less emotional. I'm gonna grab another beer. Do you want any more?
Oh yeah, go on. I think, you know what, I actually prefer this chorus because of the offbeat drums, the offbeat hi-hat, instead of just half-time drums.
Satisfies the autist.
The autist. I.e. me.
Alright, so what did you think of Everything Ends?
I personally thought the chorus was actually a little bit more creative.
Because of that offbeat hi-hat. If it was on beat,
just that. If it was on beat and then half-time. I've already turned the album off, mate. Like, I'm out of there. The chorus was probably the only interesting part for me because of the more disco like vibe to it. It's the synths that are getting used. There's specific synths that like Octane kind of style bands use.
Anyway, we're getting off track again. It's all good. Let's have a little listen to Brain Dead.
So this is the one with House of Protection. Right, we get it, guys. This is the hardcore punk song. That's so loath.
So you.
Yeah. That's quite a chorus.
Interesting chorus.
One thing that I really liked is that it gave me a little taste of, like, a little reminder of the here and now.
Yeah.
It made me, like, a little bit happy there because it's been so long, really. I like the harmony in the chorus. That, like, made the chorus for me.
Me too.
Where they went with that melody. Generally, it is kind of just like a bog standard insert hardcore punk song here. Like, I think if you're from the here and now era of Architects, then it's kind of like, oh, it's a nice little reminder, but they did it better then. They did it better on that album.
The Here and Now is still probably my least favourite Architects album, though. Yeah.
So many people say that. Many people say that. It's actually one of my favourite ones.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
That Black Crown and the one with...
you mean Hollow Crown?
Hollow Crown, sorry. Black Crown. Hollow Crown, sorry.
Yeah. The reason I don't like Here and Now as much is because I loved Hollow Crown.
Right.
And I wanted more of that.
Did you want more of the low tune, genty guitars and stuff?
I was a bit sort of immature and I was just like, I just want heavy music. I had no time for any pop choruses, anything pop. I was just like, I just want Bring Me, Parkway Drive, Devil Wears Prada, like that, those sorts of sounds. So when the Here and Now came out, I was like, this is fucking like indie music. This is like
indie, yeah.
It's like they were listening to the bands that they were surrounded by in that era. So like the Excerpts, like Unit 6. It was like a little bit of like that sort of vibe.
I would definitely say it was closer to like Comeback Kid. But that was a nod to that era for me.
It was a nod to that era, yeah. For me, it's actually one of my least favourite songs. It kind of pisses me off in a way because like the why I like that genre of hardcore and stuff is I like the authenticity of it, and to have it on an album like this, I'm not feeling it. It doesn't feel authentic.
Yeah, like I agree.
The more non-authentic sounding songs, which you may not like as much, sound more authentic to me because that is who they are now. I don't think they are this band.
I see what you mean.
This was my favourite non-single track.
That's a Deftones riff.
This is basically just Elite from White Pony. It's exactly the same, yeah.
You ain't modern metal, especially if you don't do it in the choruses, if you don't do one drops. Bring Your Eyes at Architects. I'm sure Spirit Box will do it as well. Drop the one in the chorus at least once and you might have it.
Evil Eyes.
To me, this song doesn't even sound like Architects. I like it. I actually really do like it. You can write a big open chorus like that, but just do something different. And they do it there, which is nice. They do it there. But yeah, this is just so Deftones coded.
Yeah.
Have you noticed how the album cover's a bit Loathe coded?
It is a bit. I thought it actually reminded me of the band Structures, Life Through a Window.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that? It has a hand in a window, and that looks like it's a hand. Could be a window. But yeah, no, this song... I am literally the perfect demographic. But like when I first heard it, it didn't scream Deftones at me.
Sure.
I just thought I like this because I like Deftones.
Maybe they weren't... because this isn't so obvious if you aren't super into Deftones.
Yeah, it hasn't got all the obvious traits. The riff is kind of disguised a little bit at the start. It's only when it goes into the more flowing drop one, it's like and I love that kind of riff. I don't think it's actually used enough. I think it isn't an overused riff by any means. Elite was the only song by Deftones like that it reminds me of.
That's fishy to me.
Yeah, maybe.
No, just the fact that they have a Deftones song on the album is a fishy thing to me.
Yeah.
Because he did that with Limousine.
These songs are so high quality that most bands do try with good producers as good as Fish. They'll try and hit those markers for like every song to have a mood. Like, this is the hardcore song. This is the heavy song. This is the pop song. But then you'll hear the heavy song and you'll be like, this isn't heavy enough. Or you hear the pop song and you're like, it's not catchy enough. But this, it's like, it does hit the markers. And it's the same on the poppy one. And my theory is this. Every song from this album, they are writing an EP. But they only release the best song from that EP. And that is what gets on the album. And that's what
creates the album. Jack Simmons from Slaughter to Prevail that said this. For every one song you have on your album, you write 10 songs.
But not everyone does that.
No, but I would probably say the most mainstream successful ones, like Bring Me, Architects, Slaughter to Prevail, do that every time. Now.
Fucking good.
Maybe when they were...
Because that's what Poppy sounded like to me. I was like... There's no way this album is just written and they're like, we're going to make a dance song. We're going to make a Courtney Love grunge song.
No.
We're going to make a metalcore song. And they're that quality.
Maybe it's not that intentional. Maybe it's like they've just got that in them, I think, as an artist. They've just wanted to do these different sounds for a long time, but haven't been able to execute it until Jordan Fish.
Yeah. I agree with.
You know?
But I do think that is such a good Deftones song. If Deftones released that song, it would be one of my favourite Deftones songs. We have Landmines.
Super Mick Gordon.
I think this is the most Mick Gordon.
Most Mick Gordon, yeah. There's the Dayseeker synths. Yeah. You know?
The ocean. I love the way he says that. He sounds like he's a bit illiterate. Like, the ocean.
Ocean.
It's got that energy for me.
It's a bit of a placeholder song for me. That could have been a lot of other bands.
It's a grower, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
I used to think nothing of that song, and now I like it.
What it is, right, to bring up my partner again, is that she listens to this kind of octane stuff every day, all the time.
You must hate her.
No, I love her. I love her to bits. I just hate repetition.
Is it your least favourite song so far?
One of them.
The ocean!
No.
Apparently this is your favourite one.
That's hard.
I like her voice.
The contrast between her voice and what's going on instrumentally is really hitting it for me. And the groove, it's like they're going super industrial with it. It's dancey. It could be a dance song. You could play this shit in a club, you know.
I think this chorus is a bit cringe, to be honest.
Because of the lyrics.
Rain, rain, go away.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that either.
Worst lyric.
That
it
either.
Ruins the song.
Yeah.
But I agree. I think that section before is like cult classic.
I want there to be a band of this.
I feel like you like anything that's unpredictable, don't you? I feel like that's why you like this song. It's
I'm so desperate for freshness.
Yeah, and having that guest vocalist on it as well, like she does a really good job. Her voice sounds so premium, it feels like I have to pay to hear more.
Yeah. Link in bio. Not to over-sexualise or anything, no, yeah, Forrest, yeah.
Did you know what I mean? Like, it's got that premium sort of vibe.
But also, it's like, I could see that being played in a strip club.
Strip clubs are sleeping on this sone right now.
Massively.
Don't hear it in enough strip clubs.
Massively,
I've been to fucking tons of strip clubs.
Yeah.
In the last week, and none of them have played. But they need to play this in strip clubs.
I just want more stuff I don't know if I told you about the stuff I was doing with Josh, that like more
strip clubs every day.
No, just like
you didn't hear anything like
making like essentially dance metal. That to me is proof that it can be a thing. Also, that song that Bad Omens did with Poppy, what was it?
Van. Yeah, that's a banger.
I want to hear more of that from modern metal. I want to hear more of that.
Broken Mirror.
A really emotional sounding melody. I'm a broken mirror. That is very similar to like, I don't know if you've heard about this before. So many bands, right, cannot sing Caught in the Middle, the lyric Caught in the Middle, without it sounding like that. So if you listen to any band that has Caught in the Middle, those lyrics in their song, it will be sung as Caught in the Middle or Caught in the Middle, but that is exactly how it's, and that's what that reminds me of.
He's really upped his vocal game massively. That's not just production, you can hear. He's
notes. Definitely taken his time with that and really stepped it up massively.
It reminds me of Paris a little bit. Do you remember Paris?
If it wasn't for the if it wasn't for that, I don't think I would have been as grasped by the song.
That's got star power to you. That's got aura.
That, I don't know what it is. That's the top line for me.
That's what music's about, having those moments that just transcend you into another place. Like, I love shit like that, man. This is probably my second favourite of the album.
A match made in heaven. It sounds like Match Made in Heaven to me. I think the chorus is better. than Match Made in Heaven.
I love that song. I think it's just so catchy. It's got star power. Yeah, that's my favourite bit.
It's that the riff sort of walks with it. It's like a walking bass line kind of thing.
Do you know that song's on the new WWE game that's coming out, 2K25?
Fair. It doesn't sound like a WWE song.
And Poppy's on it as well. New Way Out. I think there's a fishy deal going on with 2K25.
Maybe, yeah. Someone's got that deal.
But yeah, I think that song is the catchiest song of the whole album. It's just got it. It's just every section's interesting. I like how heavy it goes and how like bouncy. Can you throw it out, man? I don't know. It's just like groovy and catchy.
Yeah, it's like a more exaggerated version of what Architects used to do. That's what it feels like to me.
From a riff base, yeah, but I do think if you're comparing it to Match Made in Heaven, like it's similar riff. There's a lot more going on with the sort of electronics and the production and like.
But at this point, that should be a given.
Yeah, I think that is the second best song on the album. And this song is actually my favourite song from the album, Seeing Red. This song is about how everyone wants Sam to do the bleh and to be the heavy band, the old architect. And this is their response to that. So read the lyrics, because they are for you a bit, and they are for those people. That's so fishy, that chant. It reminds me of Spirit, spirit. It literally sounds the same.
That's the spirit. What I find funny is that he just does the bless straight away.
Yeah. He doesn't hold back.
Doesn't hold back. No, just like immediately after it's like the fourth line in. That's funny.
That scrape has a bit of difference to normal scrapes. It's really sonically pleasing.
Instead of...
Yeah, exactly. I think these lyrics are fucking quality.
Wait, it is the one drop.
That's fucking sick. You cannot tell me that's not sick, though.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't be a modern metal big stadium metal band without the one drop. Yeah. Like that's so a money maker every time.
But the way it is on the toms, I haven't heard it that many times in that fashion. It's special, that part.
I'm big family.
Oh gee, thanks for the death threats. I like that line.
Crazy that, to be fair, the death threats.
And you dummies only live on the internet.
Pretty much,
People that read this are going to be pissed off with that line. This is a massive middle finger to a large part of their fan base, which I think is pretty fucking rock and roll. You know, the message they're sending out, you got to appreciate how bold that is. They are taking risks.
That's crabcore as fuck.
They can get away with it because they pioneered the sound.
Yeah.
Not many people can say they pioneered the sound.
They were around the time, weren't they?
I think that lead line is so fucking nice as well. It's so simple. It's so fucking nice. It's ear candy to me, that. Slightly change the tone here. They up.
Very delay. There. I mean, yeah, that is a very...
That is my favourite song from the album. I fucking love it.
Yeah, and I can see why. Contextually, it's obviously really interesting and different because it's like, it's a diss track.
Yeah, it is a diss track. That's what it is. I never actually put that together. It is really, isn't it? Yeah.
And it's just not what you would expect from Architects.
No.
Like, the Architects I grew up with was them dissing people that don't believe in climate change and, eat meat and stuff.
It's drama in the scene. It creates a story.
But it's nice that
it's a memorable moment. It's very meta.
Very meta.
I feel like I'm especially close to it because I just saw them live in Brighton. They're from Brighton. I feel like they're weaving this story, and this is quite an important moment in their tapestry. It just feels special, and that song especially because it's so on the nose, but in the best way possible. Not enough bands do that. That's not just them making the narrative up. They are seeing what people say about them, and they're responding with a song that, in my opinion, is of a very good quality. And it's exciting. It's like, that's what I want to see in music. It takes you back to when I was younger. You said it really well. It's like a meme in music format. It's like a fun drama. Yeah. It's not like fucking...
It's not political drama.
Yeah, it's not political. It's a fun... playful retaliation.
Yeah.
But do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of when Ronnie was in prison and, he was kicked out of Escape the Fate. Talking about Escape the Fate and Craig Mabbitt saying, you take a picture of me every time you get your hair cut. It's like, that is fucking cinema. It's like it adds another layer. Like you have to read the lyrics, you have to understand the band, but it kind of pays dividends to those loyal fans, and that's why it's my favorite song. Sonically, I love it as well. But they actually did an interview with Nick Nocturnal. I thought that was cool because I feel like they know a lot of the fan base that get it will be watching Nick Nocturnal, and they'll be. There's
a lot of fun metal things in that song.
Yeah. The last album wasn't their best album, and they've admitted that. Like, they were kind of going through the motions. But the album before that was massive for them, for those who wish to exist. And responding to criticism, reacting to the fan base, it just makes the whole experience more engaging. Yeah, I love that about Architects. I hope more bands take influence from that, actually, because I think they've pitched it perfectly.
It's nice for fans to see these people in these big, massive bands aren't completely detached from them.
Yeah, they're people with emotions.
They're people with emotions.
But yeah, so this is the last song now. We've made it through. Thanks for sticking around if you have been watching till the end. Chandelier.
I'm actually not a fan of this vocal melody.
Me neither.
I like this bit, but just the bit before it doesn't do it for me. I don't know.
This song has grown on me a bit. It's not why I listen to Architects, though.
I don't know what it is, but that when it gets to the No More Lies If I Disappear, Just One Less Light on the Chandelier.
I really like the lyric of One Less Light on the Chandelier. That is really powerful.
Cool. That is nice.
But I will say, I don't think in general this song lands the way they want it to.
I think they want this to be the song where everyone gets their phones out.
I like the lyrics and I like certain melodies, but it's not enough. Like for an outro song, you want to leave a very good impression.
Yeah, like shocking. Like I'm like haunted at the end of it. That's what you want. I know what's coming, but like yes, there is like a melody here and there, or is that there's a moment that is keeping me there.
The here and there.
The here and there.
Sorry. We just listened to Architects' latest album, The Sky, the Earth, and All Between. So my favourite songs from the album. At number 1, we have Seeing Red. I love how meta this song is. Probably the heaviest song on the whole album. And it's just fucking epic. I love the rhetoric and the conversation between the fans and Architects. Like, I just think that the scene needs more drama and playful, like nice drama, not like fucking seedy, dodgy drama. Like I want just like wholesome, nice drama, and that's what Seeing Red is. Like it's cool. At number 2, we have Curse, a banger. It's so catchy. And that's why I like it. It was when they released Curse, I didn't realize it was from an album. I was like, oh, this is a really good single. And it does have a single vibe. And I think this album in general has a bit of like a greatest hits kind of single vibe. And I love that Curse is on 2K25. I hope it's the song of 2K25 and this song lives another life because I think it's that good. I think it could. Number 3. One of the best music videos I've ever seen. Shout out the guy that does that video. I can't remember his name, but he does a lot of Falling in Reverse. He's done like In This Moment. He's done like quite a few people. What a song that is. It's got the best of both worlds. It's like the heavy side of Architects, the modern heavy side, and then it's also got the catchy side. I could hear it again and again. It just doesn't get old. It's a brilliant song. Number 4, I am the perfect demographic for it because it is the Deftones song of the album. Of course, Evil Eyes. It's just got star power. It's just fucking like...
I think even the fact it's called Evil Eyes is so... That's so Deftones, though.
Yeah, you could imagine.
Easily that's a song off Diamond Eyes.
Diamond Eyes, yeah. It would be off Diamond Eyes. And I just love like the Deftones groovy riff. It's got the Grammy winning, may I add, which no other fucking shitty metal band has got a Grammy. Shout out Deftones for getting a Grammy for Elite, which isn't even their best song. Anyway, Elite style fucking riffage going on. Love that song. Number 5, Everything Ends. I didn't think I'd say this because it was my least favourite single. Pop banger, Fishcore. Excellent.
Fishcore.
Yeah, it's Fishcore.
Yeah, proper. Yeah,
it's fucking sick. It's catchy. It's got the offbeat disco hi-hat.
Yeah,
it makes me happy. Number 6, Whiplash. I've got to give credit where credit's due. Architects have chosen their singles perfectly because every single single is in my top 6. Whiplash has such a catchy chorus, great video, big new metal vibe.
You know, and that's
Landmines, number 7. I really like the way he says, the ocean. It's got charm. It's got autistic charm. I think the post-chorus, or what you'd call it, the chorus, maybe that was a pre-chorus, is cool as well. It's got the Mick Gordon vibes. I think it's the most true Mick Gordon song.
Yeah.
It's very 0-1, but in a very electronic, fun way.
Yeah.
And it's just a nice song. Number 8. I'm going to go with Elegy. Elegy. I don't normally like intro songs, and this is no exception, because I just know I'm going to get bored of it one day, and I'm sort of future-proofing it. But I do really like the riff. I really like how grandiose it is. It's a really strong way to start the album. It's a fucking good intro song for what it is, but it's still an intro song. And I'm not the biggest fan of intro songs. I don't buy into it. I don't fall for it. You haven't got me. That's why it's number 8. But I will say I still like it. I like the way they say the album. I know it's cheesy as fuck, but it's cool because it makes me remember what the album's called. Broken Mirror, 10. I like the emotional energy it carries. It makes me feel sad. It's not why I would listen to Architects. I don't hate it. I'm just a bit neutral on it. Number 11, Chandelier. Chandelier, one of the weakest outro tracks I've heard in a while. Especially on this album, because this album's so fucking good. Not feeling it. It sounds like an album track, and fair enough, it's on an album, but the outro track has got to be memorable. There was no goosebumps. My skin was fucking smooth. Smooth as a dolphin for Chandelier. This goes to my least favourite song, which is Brain Dead. It just pissed me off. There's just something about it irked me. Oh, wait, no. I've missed out Judgement Day. Sorry. My second least favourite song.
Crazy.
Is Brain Dead. It didn't hit for me. It's kind of like Architects trying a different type of heavy that doesn't suit them. It just doesn't feel authentic to me. It sounds like a House of Protection song that should have Architects on. But then it comes to my least favourite song, which I'm sorry to disappoint you because I know you like this song.
Judgement Day.
But yeah, Judgement Day, I just really don't like it. I really like the girl vocalist, and I love that section with her singing on it. It's really cool. It's really vibey. But I've got to say, Rain, Rain, Go Away is one of the cringiest choruses I've ever heard. Not even just recently, just ever heard. It just... you know when something just gets under your skin? That got under my skin. Even more than the Brain Dead. Just hate the chorus. And for me, I'm very chorus-centric. I appreciate there's some good moments in it, but the chorus is so bad. It's the worst chorus in the album, and that's why it's my least favourite.
My top one off the new Architects album is actually probably Judgement Day.
What a contrast there,
What a contrast, eh?
We did not script this. This is fucking good content right here.
I completely understand the massively cringe chorus. Completely agree. Rain, Rain, Go Away. I wish that chorus would go away. I really do. If they'd rewritten that, 10 out of 10, all the way through. The groove, the industrial sensibilities throughout. It's perfectly blended. It's still got that slight Mick Gordon vibe to it, but it's like a dance song. That's why it really stands out to me. I don't know, the second song, I would probably say Seeing Red. It's just so...
At least we can agree on that.
Yeah, well, it's so... Because it's so self-aware and it's a meme, it's meta. Evil Eyes for my third. I love Deftones just as much as, you know, any other geezer from my time.
It's a fucking good take on a Deftones.
Don't like Broken Mirror. Any song off the album that just leans too far into that whole Octane Radio formula is where I switch off, because you can get that anywhere. It's so oversaturated, that kind of sound.
I know you're not into sort of like that style of music, but I do think Octane Core belittles it a bit. And I think Octane Core is more kind of like what's popular right now. And for me, I see it as more of almost like a sport. It's like, yeah, we're all doing a very similar thing. Like, we're all playing the game, but who can do it best?
I understand,
I will say, can't you admit that Architects do it like very well?
Oh, 100%. They are doing a great job of it. It's well produced, it's well written. But to me, it's the fact that they are doing it on this album.
I totally get that.
It's not that the song's bad. It's too predictable for it to be something that I would go out of my way to listen to. If they're going to do an album where they've got a different mood and a different style, then I feel like in the future, maybe to see them push that even further.
All right, I think that about wraps up today's episode. That's been Thanks for so much for coming on, man.
No, thank you so much for having me on. It's been really fun. I've not done it before. It's a first.
You fucking killed it, man.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure having you on. It's been a really good time.
Bro. You're killing it.
Thank you.
I'm loving how seriously you take the setup. You know, you really put your all into this, and it's really cool to see, man.
Thank you so much, man.
No,
I really
lovely.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me on, bro.
Hopefully have you again on some time.
Yeah.
Maybe review Architect's next album, see how they progress.
That'll be awesome, man. Yeah, absolutely. It's nice to have a discussion where it's actually polarizing, sort of opposite kind of.
And I think that's what the scene needs more of, is people with different opinions. You don't have to dislike someone or make an argument about something just for having a different opinion. That you can get on and be friends. Well, thanks for sticking around to the end. This has been a bit of a longer one than we'd recognise. I think we're getting a bit hungry right now, as well as our girlfriends in the other room. But yeah, so we best go get some pasta down us. Thanks for sticking around to the end. If you like this video, give us a like. Stick around for the next episode, and we'll catch you in the next one.